Hi guys, welcome back to another market outlook. I'm Stefan, and today we'll be analyzing the main forex market pairs and also some cross pairs in there as well, and also a few indices. So let's start. I'm on the dollar index. If you've been following me on the Discord and on my other market outlooks, I am still short on it fundamentally, but we can't deny that the structure is bullish, and also on the 4 hour there is upside potential to trade it in towards liquidity. So if you see some change of character or something, we can trade it up higher because we have this break of structure and liquidity taken here. Not here, but here. And this liquidity point is still open, but yeah, still upside potential. But because of those few reasons, like the US and Iran war being at its final stage of the peace deal, and the upcoming midterm elections in the US, that Trump worries about. So he wants to please people, he wants to have oil prices very low, and he also doesn't want to engage in this war again because it was very unpopular and he will be just voted out. So I expect some de escalation in the next 3 to 4 months because this at this time, like around somewhere 10th of November or something, the midterm elections will come up. I'm not exactly sure what the date is, but around there, so 3 to 4 months of de-escalation, and that's going to dump the dollar because it is a safe haven and it's been rising ever since because of the war. And the second thing is US wants to compete with China, and this strong of a dollar, so above the 100 levels and around the 100 levels, it's just not sustainable to have a lot of exports and not to rely on imports. So we need a weaker dollar, and that's why I believe also it can be dumped. And also everything with the tariff wars and all around it last year was also to make the dollar weaker and to have like this picture to have a stronger export and a stronger economy. And that's what the Trump administration's been doing all those years that they have been in office right now, like for like these 2 years, so a few years now. And yeah, I think they're going to try to make it weaker again. So as you can see, like it's been working for a little bit, but now it's just consolidating, and we need this next downside push for them to actually make what they wanted. And the third reason is a pump and dump. So I believe that the bullish tone of Kevin Walsh on the last meeting was just to pump it up a little bit, to take some more liquidity and just basically fill the market with liquidity to then dump it. And yeah, that's why I'm short on the dollar. And let's see how this picture unfolds. And let's see if we can get some, maybe a few more structures in towards the downside, like a few breakout structures. And once that macro picture starts unfolding, we can really trade it. So a good rule of thumb is I am bullish or bearish on a pair or on a currency in itself, but the macro picture doesn't have to change like right now. It can be one in a month, it can be like in a few days, and it can still, like for example, go up a little until it drops, or drop a little until it goes up. But generally, I am bullish or bearish on it. So on AUD NSD, you can really see it because here I've drawn out this purple line, and from this purple line, we change the macro picture, and AUD was way weaker than the NSD. But before everything, it was rising, and I was still short on AUD NSD. But I just waited it out. I waited for a daily structure, and then I waited to grab some more liquidity. And after the rate rate hike of the NSD, we've been dropping ever since. So that's what you gotta keep in mind. So if I'm talking fundamentally, I'm not saying it's gonna go up now. So I'm saying it's a downside on the dollar. I'm not saying it's gonna go up way down from now. I'm saying it is a possibility and it is very likely to go down after like 3 months. But we have to obviously wait it out. So the cleanest structure will be to take out this liquidity point here and then drop. So the next pair is Euro USD, and Euro USD is just a mirror of the dollar. So it's just basically the same right now. And here I see retracement trades in towards liquidity points and in towards this bigger demand zone on the 4-hour time frame that is in control. So the structure is bearish, and I see lungs because we have this demand chain holding. So we break here, also broke it here, take liquidity and make another break, and now the same is possible. So we have a breakdown, a break up, and you could just obviously trade this with the new demand zone in control. But for me, I don't like to trade those setups. I just like to trade the real move, but it's definitely a possible move. So it's maybe a little bit less probability, but it's possible. And in general, yeah, just everything that I said on a dollar, just reverse will be here in this chart. So it's possible to have another drive down from liquidity points then. But in general, I am expecting upside. So also like on the weekly time frame, we've been having a lot of upside, then a bit stagnant, and now we go down to take some more liquidity, and now I can expect some more upside in the next 3 to 6 months. So then looking at GBP USD, the main drivers are who's going to be the next prime minister, and people believe it's Andy Burnham, and it will be good for the economy because he did also a good job as a governor of Manchester. And just off of the fact that people believe that it's going to be him, the GBP's been going up. And also we have inflation numbers coming up on July 22nd, so watch out for those. And yeah, just based on the daily, I believe it would be very clean, like also that you see in this chart. It would be very, very clean because we have a breakout structure here, a bullish from here to here, but bearish structure here is still in control. But I like that we just swiped it, like basically liquidated it, and then just straight up shoot up. So if we break this bearish internal and then create maybe some more liquidity, we can just look for longs after, but we just have to wait right now. So then AD USD, let me delete everything. AUD for me is very weak right now because looking also at market context, let me pull up AUD. So AUD is a bit weak because their growth is falling and their inflation is really high for me. I see that this is high, but they already hiked like 3 times and they didn't really accomplish a lot. So inflation just barely went down. And yeah, the growth is stagnant and it's also forecasted to be at 0.1%. So let more downside on the growth aspect, and there's like just no room to hike. So I'm short on AUD and I'm short on the dollar. So I wouldn't trade this pair, but we have obviously liquidity taken, a breakout structure, low, high liquidity. And like if the macro picture changes, and if, for example, AUD comes out with a better labor market and a better growth, like surprising the market, I see after this break longs. Or we just break down again, touch, for example, the yearly, and if we then see some switch in the macro picture, I am still bullish. Like also looking at the weekly, it is still a bullish trend. Then looking at NSD USD. So NSD USD is the same thing. I'm very bullish on the NSD. I believe it can be the strongest currency fundamentally right now because they have high interest, they have high inflation, and it's also expected to be very high. And the growth surprised us really, so it's at 0.8%. And yeah, the labor market is strong, everything's strong, and Also, they hiked once, but it's priced in that they're going to hold for a couple of times, but I believe they're going to hike again because they said that they're going to hike a lot, and a lot previously before the war. Let me pull up before during the war with Iran. So you can see it on AUD and SD very well. So like here in this move right there, we did hear from the New Zealand Central Bank that they're going to hike a lot and a lot and a lot and more in the future. But they had a weak growth number and people just started seeing that it's not possible. So they want it, but they can't. So they can't hike. And then we've been seeing AUD go up higher and higher. And now, after they hiked once, and after like inflation being high and the also the growth being surprisingly good, now we see a lot of downside and a lot of strength on NSD. So basically just across all pairs, but on AD and NSD, like it's clean to show those fundamentals because AD and NSD like have similar fundamentals and similar just movement in general, but right now you just see them diverge more because fundamentals are so different. And yeah, just keeping it simple, on the dollar we have a break of structure, so we're bullish from here to here. We came down to take some more liquidity, we made a break of structure, but it was a manipulation. Now we came down to take out more liquidity again. And now we are seeing some crazy moves. So we see this impulse up, and we saw also a fractal daily change. And if we break this and then retrace, create some more liquidity below here, I'm happy to buy it up because I'm short on the dollar and I'm long on the NSD. Believe some more hikes are coming up. But if you're more aggressive, if we see a clean candle close on the daily above the yearly, we can just start longing from the yearly because it's like a natural resistance and support level. And if we break it, it's possible to just say, yeah, that's the new impulse and I'm trading like I wanted to right here. So you can sometimes ignore like structure if you say that, yeah, so the macro picture changed, I'm ignoring a bit of structure. Then looking at USD I believe USD and also I believe CHF and USD both are weak, so I'm not that friendly to trade it. But just looking at fundamentals, just looking at technicals, it looks very clean. So I'm focusing on the forward time frame. We have a break of structure here. We took liquidity here, and liquidity is still open here. We have now this little trend going on. It didn't switch here, so that's not good, and it didn't take out liquidity. So those lows are very weak, but we have a little trend going on with taking like liquidity here. So that's not a change of character, but it's just a trend. So we're just creating higher highs and lower lows. So not that clean, but still a low trend. Take a liquidity here. Maybe if this breaks kind of close, it's possible to do this. But yeah, I don't like those lows here and also like anything here. But in general, it still can go up because Swiss is very weak. Then also, let me just look at Euro Swiss, for example. Maybe it's just a better long. Yeah, that's true. So all the other Swiss pairs are like better longs. So just don't focus on the dollar. Maybe focus on Euro Swiss, for example. Like this position here is possible. Like it's beautiful. It's like a simple 1-to-1, or a GBP Swiss, where I had many TPs with them as well. Let me analyze this because the GBP is way stronger fundamentally than the dollar for me. So I believe the GBP is not maybe the strongest, but it's very stable and it has some strength going on. So basically, after this big buy up, like from those two candles, we took liquidity before. We have a break structure here, but we didn't have liquidity when I drew up these few lines here. and I wanted to either not break, but liquidate the loan itself, or I wanted to have another break up to engineer liquidity below those lows, and that's exactly what we did. And now we have liquidity beneath those lows here. So once we retrace, it's possible to just market order here, limit order here, trade it up, or wait for a 4-hour change of character and trade it up as well. So that's the two possibilities, very clean. Swiss is weak, so trade it against strong currencies that are not weak, and not too weak currencies against too weak currencies, or too strong against too strong currencies. Then the yen basket. So the yen basket's a little bit of a mess. I was very bullish on it because we had a nice structure going on. Then we broke down straight away, pushed up. I thought, okay, maybe it's starting to consolidate or something. And yeah, then it broke again, now straight up, shoots up. So we're kind of like stuck in this box right here. It's consolidating a bit, but yeah, fundamentally it's also unclear. But I think maybe some more upside is possible because it's like an issue for them. And yeah, let's see if we can have some upside. Then USD yen. Yeah, USD yen. I see also downside potential because of the weak dollar and because the Japanese government really has to do something, and the Japanese central bank really needs to battle like low prices because the yen is getting too weak, and because of that, like I believe it can drop, but let's see. Then the euro yen, actually bearish structure is holding, I think. Yeah, it is actually. So we take out liquidity here, we have a breakout structure here, we take out liquidity in this impulse right there, we retrace into 0.5 fib and 0.6 fib, and we have a breakout structure, a change of character right there. And basically from this liquidity point is a very clean short. You would have been up almost 1% now. Yeah, looks good. And also internally we have again a change of character. So the euro is way weaker than the yen. So the euro is also not very strong fundamentally, but the yen is also not the best right now. So like as you can see, like most pairs are really weak. So actually looking at all the pairs, like for me, also you see it on fundamentals, forex fundamentals, every pair is almost bearish, like almost everything. For me, like NSD is strong and GBP is strong to like stable to strong, and everything else is like very weak. Like NOK is also good, but I don't trade NOK because I don't have it on my brokers that I have problems with. But like everything else is like weak or like indecisive. So yeah, I would focus on trading mostly the GBP and the NSD with weak pairs that are like way weaker. But yeah, Euro yen still holds. So yeah, but Swiss yen is also I think a good short. So I'm in this short because of Swiss weakness. And yeah, the trend is basically very clean. That's why I took it. And Swiss is very weak right now, and I believe it can be weaker than the yen. Although yen is indecisive in itself, but yeah. I have here my limit on the 3 monthly, and after taking out liquidity, I just went short, and it's been a bit consolidative, but you see that where my entry is, it just always bounces. So that's better than nothing. And yeah, I believe like some lower prices can be met and are expected. Then the next thing will be USD CAT. So USD CAT is at a premium right now for me. So we are really high in the leg. I've been buying and buying it up way higher. And yeah, just fundamentally, I see that the USD is weak, and I see that we have a break of structure and we're way overextended. So at some point, a retracement has to come. And also, like the COT report is very bearish on USD CAD, so the big banks are just selling it. It's not like the most important metric, but still, I'm asking myself why are they doing it. And yeah, I wouldn't trade this pair for now because it's just very weird right now. It's too up. It can just drive up higher again after taking out some liquidity, but it can also retrace because of these premium prices that we are in. So I would just skip it for now. I would like to focus more on the Euro CAD. So as I've mentioned, like the Euro is also not as strong, but the structure in general on the EuroCAD is cleaner because we have nice retracements and a nice trend going on. So break of structure here, and basically we took out liquidity and we made a breakdown and a break up. And I almost took TP here, but it didn't close. It just went down way lower because of a small escalation with US and Iran again. But it was just like a misunderstanding or something, and now the market reverses. So yeah, I'm still holding it. I believe it's still a good hold, and we can see higher prices from here basically. Then US 500. So US 500 is also a really nice long that I'm in. I have a long after this change of character. I've been holding it for a while now. So I've been holding it for like almost a month, but I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna hold it to all-time highs or maybe a bit longer, just to let it run and just to hold it. So what we've seen here is we took a lot of liquidity, break down, break up, then I went long, then we went way up higher, then we went down to take out some more liquidity in this new impulse created. We made a break of structure down, then a break of structure up, and we made also here a break up with us being in this impulse and in this demand zone. We liquidated then this, and now we drive straight up higher, and I see higher prices like this. So yeah, pretty clean play. Then Germany 40, I got a limit right here. It's looking very clean, so we are on very interesting prices. We got liquidity right here and right here, and also like final liquidity right here. But yeah, let's see. We retraced in towards 0.5 FIB prices, and it's just bouncing from that level now. Also 3 monthly open and monthly open. And yeah, it would have been possible to just long right here like this from the 0.5 FIB. That's true, but I wanted to wait for some lower prices and the yearly, so it's perfect. And I already got some positions going on, so this is like for later for me. So here is like a valid position from the 0.5 FIB, and I got still a limit here. If you're going with a change of character on a 4 hour, it's not possible because we didn't liquidate this and we didn't break down. If we manage to have a break of structure down again and then a change of character like this, then you can get in on a change of character with stops below the 4 hour low. And yeah, EU50, let's see, we are still bullish. We are actually in this leg from here to here, so we're like way down, and I don't see my structure going on. Like it just dropped so much, and it's still consolidative. Not consolidative, but it's still slow here, and no structure, no. I don't see no impulse that we can get into. So yeah, I would prefer if we just swipe down lower to take out some more liquidity, because I got this TP, and when this structure was in control, like this, let me draw it up. So like this structure was in control, and then we had a change of character and got the TP here. But I would maybe like to just swipe this in itself and some more liquidity, and then see a change of character. So this would have been like way cleaner. And if it dries up again, there's like no move to be made here. So yeah, looking at this, also gold right here, I have a long on one of my challenges. It's a bit more aggressive, but I'm focusing on the fundamentals here. And just after this, very clean structure here on the daily or weekly, but I'm looking now at the daily. So we have a record structure here, took out liquidity. We are in this final demand zone. We tapped it, and then we made a fractal break up on the daily. And this is the low, this is the high. Took out liquidity a lot of times. Like we drove down lower and tried to break the high. We didn't manage it. We didn't manage to do it. And then we swiped and liquidated the low in itself. We tried to go up higher again, and then we swiped the low again. So we are now at the final point of the structure, and I believe it's possible to go up higher from here. So also like here, this is clean. Like we took our liquidity and then we go up higher. And yeah, I don't like that we have this bearish structure though. So it's going like down, down, down. And here also, like after this change of character, I was pretty sure that we can liquidate this high or break above it. But the big if was if we can just close above it. So right now it looks like it's just liquidating it and then to just drop down again. But I'm still holding it because I'm going aggressive on this one. We can just take liquidity in this here and then close above it later. So yeah, but if you're taking like a more chill approach and you're not maybe trading on a challenge or something, I would just wait for a 4-hour fractal to change here and to like make this second break, and then you can go long and do something like this. Definitely, yeah. Then USD SEC, I don't see much. We are in premium prices. I need some more development. Then looking at EuroSec, it's basically the same. Yeah, as you can see, we are in premium prices. I'm waiting for a retracement and then looking for longs. Then GBP AUD, delete this. So looking at the 4-hour, yeah, I'm looking for some more shorts. No, longs. I'm looking for some more longs because I believe the GBP is stronger than the AUD. But right now we are overextended and we have so many lows open. But maybe it's possible to trade the lower time frame, so like a 1-hour time frame maybe. So like this looks clean, break, liquidity, choke, then break, and now this is still open. So here we also took liquidity, and then we seem to be consolidating a little. But if we like see a breakout, or if we see some more downside to liquidate this on the 1 hour, is possible. But the big picture, I need some more retracements, or I need like something, because right now it's not clean. And then GBP NSD. So we see some retracements on the GBP NSD because the NSD is really, really strong. But let's look at the macro picture. What happens with the GBP? Maybe the GBP can come out stronger, or maybe the NSD can develop weaker. Right now, I wouldn't long, or I wouldn't like really look for longs because the NSD is way stronger than the GBP for me. But once we see like a more proper retracements into the 0.5 fib and maybe take out some more liquidity, not just this little thing on the 4 hour, then we can look for some maybe like some changes in the macro picture. So if the GBP comes out like way stronger, then we can see a change of character and then we can long it, because the prices are getting interesting and they were also overextended like on AUD, but now it's getting interesting. And then basically AUD NSD, I've already just analyzed it. So I'm gonna do like a quick rundown again. So here, the NSD, like the central bank of the New Zealand said they're going to hike a lot, but it wasn't possible because of bad growth numbers. Then we saw a little trend on the forward time frame, like here. So break, and the macro picture changed. So then growth surprised us and went up to 0.8%. And after taking out liquidity here and here, I went long, and my stop loss was positioned like here. And yeah, then they hiked, and now it's been going down ever since. I'm still holding it a little bit. It's like a huge risk reward trade. I have a take profit here on one of my live accounts, but on one challenge I'm holding it longer, so basically to here. And if it closes, then my account passes. So I like to do it sometimes, like I like to just trade with fundamentals on my challenge accounts and just let it run, and then basically forget about it and not like actively look to trade on my challenge accounts, because I don't like copy trading, so, or copy traders. I like to do everything manually, and yeah, I feel like it's like a nice way to go. So it lifts some capacity off of me, and yeah, I still see some downsides. And in the future, if the fundamentals stay the same, and if we see bad numbers, bad data on AD and good on NSD, I believe we can have a really nice trend in the future. So yeah, then looking at Euro AUD, we see possible longs. So right there, we saw actually a change of character, but right now it's looking like it's a bit consolidative and it's going to break it. So I'm really happy to take longs from the 0.6 levels plus liquidity right there. So we'll just take a long setup right here with a nice 1.5 risk reward. So yeah, basically we swiped this low here, took liquidity, and now we have a breaker structure and a breaker structure. So like pretty simple longs. Also, like fundamentally I believe it can be stronger, like Euro can be stronger than AUD. AUD is really weak. So yeah, pretty simple. So guys, this was the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video. Put a comment down on the video below if you have some questions, or reach out to me on Discord. I'm pretty active there. And yeah, I'm out. Ciao, ciao.